All right, so new compensation plan. Everybody was asking. Here we are revealing it. So just want to warn you that it will look somewhat complicated, but just remember, you are looking at it for the very first time. So we will go detailed about it in my video. I will try to explain as detailed as I can. And after the video, we will have all your questions answered, okay? So let's start. Okay. So look at the first chart, and we will start just explaining that new compensation plan will give you 7 ways of collecting commission. So 7 ways. Let's just remember our current compensation plan. So you basically get the customer acquisition bonus, and then you get cycles and where it ends. So look at this one. So the first bonus is the customer acquisition bonus. And again, this is just a brief introduction, and we will go deeply and more detailed about each of them. Okay, then when you enroll a new member, we will pay you a bonus, right? Then tier 1 and tier 2 cycles earning bonuses. Then cycle match bonuses, generational bonuses, dynamic compression on generational bonuses, rank bonuses, and leadership bonus. So all together 7 bonuses. And let's just look at let me just pull the new slide. So this slide will show you exactly what ranks. So we still have the 14 ranks as we have right now, and what what bonuses can make, okay? So let's see. So copper, you don't have to have any rank just to earn on a customer acquisition bonus, right? You enroll the customer, we are paying you a customer acquisition bonus. Again, we will talk about it more detailed as we are moving with our slides. So copper can get tier 1 cycle, silver can get tier 1 cycle, gold can get tier 1 cycle, okay? So as you notice, we have tier 1 cycle and we have tier 2 cycles. The cycles are still built the same way, 4 on the larger leg, 2 on the lesser leg. Altogether, 6 members paid and active will create a cycle. The difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is how much we pay per cycle, okay? So tier 2 cycles will usually be more what we pay per cycle than in tier 1 per cycle. So copper, silver, and gold, again, everybody can get a bonus, customer acquisition bonus. Then copper, silver, gold will collect tier 1 cycles. Starting with gold, gold will also collect on 3 generations. And again, this is very new to you, right? Some of you may be familiar with generations, but as I'm explaining to you, we will go over it. Starting with sapphire, sapphire can collect tier 2 cycles, can collect 4 generations, can collect dynamic compression, and look at this. So we have cycles match. Right now in the current compensation plans, we have just binary. We do not pay cycle match on, we do not pay matching check on cycles. And look at that, with the new compensation plans, the cycle match could be as high as 100%. What that means? It means if I collected my own, let's say 500 cycles, and I have a personally enrolled member who collected also 500 cycles. So in addition to my 500 cycles, I will collect. So let's say my rank is Black Diamond, and so you can see Black Diamond can collect 100% cycle match. So in addition to my 500 cycles, I will also collect additional 500 cycles from my personally enrolled member. Or like look at the sapphire. Sapphire gets 25%, which is amazing. So if I collect 500 cycles, and I am a sapphire, and my personally enrolled member also collects, let's say, 100 cycles, right? On addition to my 500, I will still collect 25 cycles from that member. And just imagine how many personally enrolled members you can have that are collecting cycles, and you will be collecting cycle match depending on your rank, either 25%, 50%, or 100% on every single one you're personally enrolled. Like, how it can get any better, but look at that. So being a sapphire, I can collect, so we said that 25% match check. I can also collect rank pool bonus, okay? And we will go to that, we will explain what that is. Starting with the ruby rank, I can collect tier 2 cycles. And again, the difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is how much we pay per cycle, right? Ruby can collect on bonus on 6 generations, can get a dynamic compression, can get, oh my goodness, 50% on a cycles match on personally enrolled, can get a rank pool, and also can get a leadership bonus. So 7 amazing bonuses. Again, the current compensation plan stops with cycles. Look how much more we are going to give you guys. So let's move to another slide, which just shows you we will still stick with 75% allocation payout, and this is how we are going to distribute the money between the bonuses. So the customer acquisition bonus will go 25% to the cycles, and cycle match we will put 37%, right? Generation and dynamic compression starts with the subsequent order, which means because every time you enroll a new customer, we are paying you customer acquisition bonus, which I will cover in the next slide. So you will collect dynamic compression and generation bonus on the same member. Let's stick to the word member on the next his payment. Okay. Rank pools, for the rank pools we are putting 9%, and the leadership will also put 4%. Okay, and we will talk more deeply and more detailed about every single one so that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so now let's start with, we still have the same ranks, okay? So if you look right now, we still have the 14, the same ranks. So bronzer is the lowest one, the highest one is the black diamond, okay? And this is the new requirements. So right now, all the ranks are based on how much commissions you made, right? So you made 500 commissions, you are this rank, right? You made $20, you are this rank. So the new rank requirements are not they do not depend on how much commissions you have made, but more on your whole team effort, okay? So let's talk about that more. So let's just, there is something new that probably we have not used in our previous compensation plan. So this is called copper per line of enrollment. And what is, so as you can see, say LOE, it's a line of enrollment. So line of enrollment starts with your personally enrolled member, okay? So let's say I enrolled JB, I enrolled Mike, I enrolled Robbie. So this is my 3 lines of enrollment because they all started with me, okay? I personally enrolled them. So to be a bronze, you basically just need to enroll 1 user, okay? No other requirement, you just have to enroll 1 user and you are becoming automatically a bronze. Now, copper, you have to enroll 2 users, and very important, the placement. Placement is how you place your users in your downline tree. 1 has to be placed in the left, 1 has to be played on the right. So very important, when you have a new user, you have to think where you want to place, left or right, where you don't have enough users that would qualify you for this or that rank, okay? So with copper, you have to enroll 2 users, place one on the left and the second one on the right. Now, to be a silver, you have to enroll 2 people, okay, 2 users. You have to place 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and also you have to have at least 1 copper. And copper is who? Copper is the person who personally enrolled 2, placed 1 on the left, 1 on the right, okay? Now, let's move to gold. To be a gold, you have to personally enroll 5 people. 99% of you on this webinar have enrolled 5 people. I'm sure about that. You have to enroll 5 people. You have to place 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And now interesting, right? This one. This gets a little bit more confusing, but it's not. So 3 lines of enrollment. need to have at least 1 copper. And who is the line of enrollment? The line of the enrollment is the person that starts with you as the sponsor. So again, Eve, I enrolled Robbie, so Robbie is my first line of enrollment. So and line starts with him. So he has to be either himself copper or he needs to sponsor a copper, okay? So 3 lines of enrollment need to have at least 1 copper. Now, to be a gold, also there is 2 more requirements. So you can see we have enrollment tree and 2 team tree. There is a little difference between these 2, and let me just pull the slide where I can explain it better. Okay, on this particular slide you can see we have enrollment tree and we also have a 2 team tree. So enrollment tree, it starts with you in this particular example. Let's see, it's me. I enrolled this person, this, and this, and this. So I'm basically a gold because I enrolled 5 people. And so this is my 2 team tree. The rest people, we either enrolled by this person. So your enrollment tree starts with you, and it doesn't include spillovers. The 2 team tree is everything what you can see below you. So your enrollment tree plus spillover. Okay, I hope that makes sense and it's not too confusing. So let's go back again to the new requirements to be this or that rank. So we stopped at the gold. So again, gold has to have, the gold needs to enroll 5 people, place 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 3 lines, and again, line of enrollment is a person that was personally, it starts all with you. You personally enroll, so this starts your line of enrollment. Needs to have at least 1 copper. The enrollment tree without spillovers have to be 25, and the 2 team tree has to be 25 people too. So as you are moving to a higher rank, the numbers are changing. So let's take just Ruby. So Ruby has to personally enroll 15 people, place 2 on the left, 2 on the right. 6 lines of enrollment have to have at least 2 coppers, okay? And who is a copper? Copper is a member who sponsored 2 and placed 1 on the left, 1 on the right, okay? And so Ruby, now enrollment tree needs to have 200 people, and 2 team tree that includes spillovers needs to have 400 people, okay? So we will share with you this PDF file. We will post it to your members area as well, and you will see, you will get acquainted with that. You don't have to memorize or understand it right now, but this is just a good start for you to understand the new requirements for ranks and how the new compensation plan works, okay? Let's move. Now, this chart just to show you that one of the major rank is gold, right? Because with gold, you can start, so you, again, any rank can get a custom acquisition bonus. Any rank can get tier 1 and tier 2 cycles as long as you have 4 on large elect, 2 on the small elect, how it builds your cycle, right? And and gold also can collect on 3 generation bonus on 3 generations. And please don't get intrigued or confused, because it might sound a little bit complicated, but as we explain it here, and we'll post you another very detailed video with graphics, and we'll give you these PDF files, it will all make sense to you, okay? So this is just a very simple introductions for you. So this chart just shows you a gold, okay? So a gold has to personally enroll 5 people. So the green ones, they show you these are personally enrolled. He plays 3 on the left, 2 on the right. And to become a gold, you have to place 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So this requirement is also fulfilled, right? And now you can see, so this gold basically has 5 lines of enrollment. So LOE, do you remember? I was referring in the previous slide. So you can see, so it starts with your personal enroll. So in this case, this is 1 line, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th and 5th. This is just the example because your tree doesn't really go that way. It goes all down like this, right? But this is just for you so you understand it better. And we said that to be gold, you need to have let's just go back for a second. Okay. Okay, here we go. So to be a gold, again, you need to have 5 personally enrolled, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and you need to have at least 1 copper in 3 lines of enrollment. And let's go back again to this chart where we explained the gold rank. So you can see, so we need to have at least 3 LOE, lines of enrollment. In this case, we have 5, right, that have copper. In this line, this personally sponsored is a copper, okay? In this line, this personally sponsored is not a copper, but this starts this gold line of enrollment, so LOE, and the copper is there, okay? So 1, 2, and we need 1 more, the third one. In this example, again, the personally sponsored is not a copper, but he sponsored a copper, okay? Or a copper is here in this LOE, line of enrollment. So this is just a chart that explains you the requirements to become a gold, okay? So we went over this already, so there is 2 definitions, right? Enrollment tree and also the 2-team tree. So enrollment tree starts with you personally enrolled people who sponsored who. The 2-team tree, it includes everything and anything below you, so all spillovers, your personally enrolled, who's they sponsored, and so on, okay? So this is the difference between two trees. You will still see the same tree, okay? But system, when will assign a rank to you, it will be checked. Do you have 25? So let's say if you qualify for gold, system will be checking, do you have 25 in your enrollment tree, okay? So for gold, you need to have 25 in your enrollment tree and 25 in your 2-team tree. So basically, if you do have, and you have 5 personally sponsored, and you have 3 lines of enrollment that have at least 1 copper, you are gold. So this is amazing, okay? Let's move next. So let's start with the first bonus. So that was basically in my, I explained to you how new ranks work and what are the requirements to the ranks, because again, the current compensation plans that we have right now and the way you achieve rank, it's all based on how much commissions you made, right? The new ranks are not, they do not they are not directly connected to how much commissions you made, but more how you and your team work together on the effort of the whole team, okay? So the first bonus that we were talking about, let's go back to that chart, it's the customer acquisition bonus, okay? So let's go back here. The customer acquisition bonus will remain the way it is right now. You enroll a new member, a new user, and we are paying you 200% commissions from the monthly $9.97, okay? This is your customer acquisition bonus. If it was a yearly payment, which is $99.97, we will pay you 50% on that, okay? We will also pay you a 25% if your newly enrolled member, became a VIP. Or any other future subscription that we might offer to our affiliates, right? And we will still pay you 25 residual commissions on a customer, which means if you had not a reseller, okay, we will pay you 200% in the first month, and then 25% ongoing, okay? What I wanted just to tell you that 25% match check is being removed from the customer acquisition bonus, okay? Because right now we are paying 200% to the original sponsor, and then 25% is split between the rest of the upline. But because we introduce so many new bonus, you don't even need that 25% match check, okay? Let's move on. So this was a customer acquisition bonus. And again, we will have all your questions answered right after the webinar, so no worries here. Now, this is very exciting. This is probably my favorite bonus, which is the binary plus check match. A very generous, starting with 25%, 50%, and 100% check match on a cycles. Can you just imagine how powerful it is? So let's just do a short recap. We will have tier 1 cycles and tier 2 cycles. And the way cycles are built, just the same ways. it takes to build the cycles, it takes 6 members in your downline. So as long as they are paid and active, okay, system does not take into calculation suspended and canceled accounts. So 4 in larger leg, 2 in shorter leg, and you build a cycle of 6. And the difference between tier 1 and tier 2 is just how much we pay per cycle, okay? Of course, for tier 2 cycles, we will pay more than we are paying for tier 1 cycle, okay? So starting with Platinum, you can collect tier 2 cycles. Starting with Sapphire, just see how powerful it is. Tier 2 cycles plus 25% match check. This is amazing. This is amazing. So let's say you collected, you are a Sapphire, you collected your own 100 cycle, and someone in your team, your personally enrolled, also collected 100 cycle, right? It's just the example. The numbers could be way higher. So you will have your own 100 cycles, plus you will collect 25 additional cycles from that your personally enrolled customer member, user, let's say like this, and it will, so 100 your own cycles plus 25% of from your personally enrolled. And the higher your rank, of course, the match check is high. Just imagine on a diamond, double, triple, blue, red, and black diamond, you get 100% of match check. So if anybody from your personally enrolled collected 1,000 cycles, you will get additionally 1,000 cycles to your own cycles. How powerful it is, huh? There is a match cap, okay? So please pay attention to these numbers. There is still a match cap to the cycles. So let me just give you an example. If Black Diamond can collect 100% of match check on cycles, and somebody from his team made 25,000, okay, he will still make 20,000 because there is a cap, okay? Hopefully this is clear, and hopefully you are getting excited as I'm explaining to you, because this is very powerful, okay? So we covered the customer acquisition bonus, which is basically remains the way it is right now. We covered cycles, okay? And our current compensation plan just stops here. And I just started, okay? The new compensation plan just started. Now let's move to another one. So what is generations? This is just a simple slide that shows you what rank can collect on how many generations, and what is generation, how much we are paying for the generation, okay? So let's just see. Gold can collect on 3 generations. So let's go here. Up to 10 generations of gold on both, right? 2.5% per generation. What that means? That means that if your generation, and I will cover it more detailed, okay? I have few slides for this for you to understand. If you have a generation, let's say, of just 100 people, okay, 100 people, you will be collecting 2.5% from every single transaction that these people are paying to us, right? Just imagine. This is like collecting 2.5%, let's say, on thousands of people. This is just do a simple math. It's very powerful. Now, Platinum also on 3 generations, Sapphire on 4, Emerald on 5. So you can see all together we can have only 10 generations, okay? So in depth, it could be only 10 generation. In width, it could be unlimited generation. And what I'm trying to say by that, you can have unlimited number of generation 2, unlimited numbers of generation 3, and so on. And I will explain that, okay? This next slide will give you now the understanding what generations are. So let's imagine this is just a little branch of your tree. As you know, your tree could be very wide, right? Deep and wide. The wider your tree, the better it is for you, because most likely you will have many branches like this one. So this is just a little branch of your tree with where you can collect generations on, okay? So generations starts, and again, we will share with you this PDF file where you don't have to understand completely everything right now. That you will go on your own and read all this terminology, and you try to understand and kind of that it sits in your mind, that it gives you a more clear picture, okay? So generation starts with the gold. So let's say you are a gold, you just rank up, you became gold. So you start your first generation, okay? So you have two legs, one on the left, one on the left, one on the right, right? You have, let's say, 500 people here and 1,000 here, okay? And none of these 500 and 1,000, nobody of them is a gold. So because you became a gold, you start your own generation first, okay? You will be collecting 2.5% from every single subsequent order of those 500, as I said in my example, and another leg, 1,000 people, 2.5 on a monthly basis. As long as they are paying us, we are going to pay 2.5%. Just do the math. Just imagine that. Just look at your tree. Look at your tree after this webinar, and you will see how many people are below you. How many people? So now, you know, we were asked so many times, how do I make money on all these people that are not my personally enrolled, but I can see all these people. So now, not only cycles, because all these people build you cycles. So not only cycles, not only match check on cycles. Now, generation as well. So second way to make money on what you can see underneath of you, it's the generations, okay? So again, you became gold, you started your first generation, okay? This is just a little portion of how your tree may look. This is just an example for you so you understand. So as you can see, between gold 1 and gold 2, so this is just example compressed. So you have 4 people here, 11 here, 5 here, 7 here, and so on. So in reality, it could be hundreds and thousands of people between the generations, right? Because you can see in this particular example, we have 11 generations here, which this one, and again, we can have only 10 generations. So you will be collecting, so you gold, you started first generation. Gold can, if I go to the previous slide here, gold can collect on 3 generations, right? So you as a gold, let me go back to this slide. You start your first generation, okay? In this particular example, you will collect 2.5% from all of these resellers, okay? So let's imagine this used to be all your first generation, okay? Now, the second generation appears once somebody from generation 1. So let's imagine this is all just generation 1. Once you have another gold, it starts your second generation, okay? So in this particular example, this is just the example so you understand. In 4 resellers, you received a new gold, okay? So this is your second generation. So first generation, second generation, then once somebody from the second generation becomes gold, it's your third generation, okay? And let's move to another slide because it will explain it even more better. Like I have a visual tree here. So again, you became gold. You started your own generations. In this particular example, on your left leg, okay, someone rank up and became gold. So this one started your second generation right away. But in reality, you can have like hundreds of people, thousands of people, right, new people, and they are not gold. And by gold, I mean anybody who is gold or higher, right? So they could be coppers, bronze, and you will be collecting 2.5% from a single subsequent orders of those people as long as they stay active and pay, right? In your right leg, so this is your still generation 1, and let's say it's not one person, so 1, and there could be hundreds. So you will be collecting 2.5% from every single subsequent order of every single of those members. Then let's imagine this was still the generation first, okay? Now, in generation first, someone became a gold or higher, so gold. He started your second generation, okay? And this person also ranked up and became gold. So even though even though your generation first, in this particular example, became smaller, you're still collecting commissions. And see, when I told you that you can have unlimited number of generation weights-wise, in this particular example, you can see that you have 2 generations too. See, 2 generations too. Then you have, as somebody becomes a gold in generation 2, it's your 3rd generation. And you can see 1, 2, 3 generation. And the wider your tree is, the more possibility that you will have as many 2nd generation, 3rd generation, if you're Sapphire, 4th generation, and so on, okay? Now, let's go to another slide. So, we talk with you about the customer acquisition bonus, about the Tier 1, Tier 2 cycles, and how the match check works on cycles. We talked about the generation. Now, what is very interesting, there is another bonus, a dynamic compression. And I will explain, this is a very exciting bonus, okay? So you can see, starting with the Sapphire. Sapphire can collect on the 4th generation and also can collect bonus on dynamic compression, okay? Now, let's take Ruby. Ruby can collect on 6th generation and be a part of the dynamic compression as well. And let me move to that chart where I will go more detailed about what dynamic compression is. So remember, gold, you're gold. You can collect on 3 generations, right? So you became gold, you start your 1st generation. So in this particular example, this is you, you're gold. So 1st generation, this is your 2nd generation, this is your 3rd generation. But in this particular example, there is one more, the 4th generation left. But since you are gold, and gold can collect only on 3 generations, what system is supposed to do that? We are not keeping it. We are going to find another sponsor above you who can collect on 4th generations, okay? And who can also be a part in the dynamic compression. And let me just move to another slide because I do have some arrows pointing. This will help you to understand. Again, remember, you're gold. And gold can collect on 3 generations. So you became gold, you started your 1st generation. So this is you, okay? So 1st generation, 2nd generation, 3rd generation, okay? You are collecting 2.5% on every single subsequent order on all these people. In this example, it's just 3 people, but you can have thousands of people between you and this gold. Hundreds of people between this gold and this gold. So this is just the example to show you how generations are working. So basically, you will collect 25, we are talking about only $9.97, which is the monthly fee, right? So you will be pocketing, what, 25 cents? And just imagine, there is thousands of people and you will be getting 25 cents on each of them. Like, just imagine how powerful it is, right? Now, so you gold 1st, 2nd, 3rd. This is your generation that you're collecting commissions on, 2.5% from every single subsequent order, right? If there is a VIP subscription, some of between them, and they are paying us whatever the monthly fee is, $39.97, you will get 2.5% from that too. Now, underneath there is 4th generation, 5th generation, 6th, and 7th. You as a gold, you cannot collect that because gold can collect on 3 generations only, right? So this is your 4th generation. What system is going to do? System is going to look above you to the next sponsor who is entitled, who can collect commissions on the 4th generation and who can collect commissions on dynamic compression. Let me go back real quick to this chart here. Okay, so look at this chart. So remember, gold can collect only on 3 generations. It cannot be a part of dynamic compression. Platinum cannot be a part of the dynamic compression. But here we have Sapphire that can collect bonus on 4 generations, plus can get a dynamic compression. So let's go to this chart again. And on this chart really explains well how the dynamic compression works. So again, you're gold, here you are. You start generation 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So you have 3 generations you are collecting commissions on, okay? Now, this is 4th generation of yours. Since you cannot collect on it, system will look. So in this particular case, do you remember the previous slide I told you that Sapphire can collect on 4th generation plus the dynamic compression? So 4th of yours will go to the Sapphire that above you. So dynamic compression, it does not happen physically like you won't see it in your tree. But what is basically happening, system will compress you, like skip you, and give this 4th of yours, because you cannot collect on that, to the Sapphire. So Sapphire can collect on 4th generation. This is Sapphire. So Sapphire starts his own generation first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets additional 4th generation from you, which you couldn't collect. Just imagine. And in this particular example, we show that this could be hundreds of people between you and this gold. This could be thousands of people between this gold and this gold. But in reality, it could be way, way better, okay? So let's go to the triple black diamond. Let's see. It's a black diamond. Okay. Black diamond can collect bonus on 10 generations plus a dynamic compression. And let's go back to the previous slide. Again, this is the black diamond. 10 generations. So there is no more than 10 generations. You can have unlimited generations like 9, 8, 7 in width, but only 10 generation in depth, okay? So he starts his own 1st generation. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he collects 2.5% on every single user, reseller, that could be between him and this gold, between this gold and Sapphire. And we are talking about thousands and thousands of people, right? 2.5% on every single subsequent order. As long as these resellers are paying us, we're gonna pay 2.5% to this black diamond. Now, you collected 1, 2, 3. The 4th one, as we in the previous explanation, went to this Sapphire. Now you have the 5th one. What do? Sapphire cannot collect it because Sapphire can only collect on 4th generation. Okay. This gold obviously cannot collect it because this gold would collect 1, 2, 3, right? So system will basically compress all of the, shrink it. Not literally, you won't see it. It's just for you to explain. And take, so 1, 2, 3, 4, your 5th, and we'll give to this one, right? To the black diamond. Now your 6th will give to this black diamond. This one will also go to them. So this black diamond, he already collected 2.5% from all of this because they fall into his 10 generation. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, he already collected 2.5% from every single subsequent order of all the resellers that may be here. And he will collect again from this generation and this generation additionally 2.5% because you couldn't, as your gold, you couldn't collect. Sapphire couldn't collect. This gold couldn't collect. So they all compress to the 1st one who could collect it. Just imagine how powerful it is, okay? And again, this is a very simple, this is just another chart that explains basically the same. It's this chart doesn't show you that between this gold and this, it could be hundreds, thousands, 10,000s of people, okay? And you may say that 2.5%, like 25 cents, if this is a 9.97 charge, is not a lot, but if you take thousands of people, it's going to be pretty impressive bonus for you, okay? So we covered custom acquisition bonus, we covered tier 1 cycle, tier 2, and med check on cycles. We covered generational bonuses. So again, generational bonuses starts with gold. Once you become gold, you start your generation 1. Once someone from your generation 1 becomes a gold, starts a generation 2. Someone from generation 2 becomes a gold, it's your generation 3, and so on. And you can have 10 generation debts and unlimited generations of 2, 3, 4, 5 in widths, okay? Now we covered dynamic compression. Now the next very exciting, it's a rank pool bonus. And you know, previously people with our current compensation plans was like, what do I get if I rank up from bronze to copper? So the way it was designed, we couldn't really add more to that, right? Because mostly payment were going into the residual commissions and into the binary. But now with the new system, it's, so see, starting with the Sapphire, so we have 9 ranks that participate in the rank pool bonuses. So as you are ranking up, you are getting more and more and more benefits, right? We will pay 1%, so total 9% will go into all bonuses. So we put 1%, let's say, in Sapphire, okay? And let's just take even number, okay? So $10,000 that we are putting into Sapphire. And let's say we have, again, just an even number so you understand, 10 Sapphires. So that $10,000 will be divided between 10 Sapphires, so each of them will get $1,000, okay? If there is only one black diamond, just imagine, and we put $10,000 there, so he will collect all $10,000 at the bonus pool. So you want to be in that rank before anybody else. So the less people you share it with, the more your bonus will be. I hope this makes sense, and I hope this is exciting for you. And the last one, very, very important bonus is the leadership bonus. And again, I said it previously, you know, people are always asking, how do I collect, how do I make more? How can I benefit from all this downline that I can see underneath? So you can see in 3 ways already. So tier 1, tier 2 cycles plus cycle match, right? Because all the downline that you see below you will participate in your cycles, will build your cycles. Then generational bonuses, I mean, and dynamic compression. And now the last one is the leadership bonus that you are still collecting. So just imagine how powerful it is. In 4 ways from the same downline that you see underneath of you can collect in 4 ways more money, okay? So this is nothing really to understand. This is basically just a formula that you can read on your own. Basically, system will take your lesser leg and your larger leg. It will take the volume, and I'm talking about the dollar amounts, right? How much was made in this leg, how much was made in the large legs, and it will take, so this bonus can participate rubies. It starts with rubies, okay? And ruby the payout percentage is 0.25, diamond, double diamond, 0.50, triple diamond 1%, blue diamond 2%, red diamond 3%, black diamond 4%. So let's say you are black diamond, okay? So system will check your lesser leg, and it calculates your lesser leg, it calculates your larger leg, okay? So it take your lesser leg amount, the volume from lesser leg, it will multiply. So if you are black diamond, 6, and then it will multiply it on percentage. In your case, if you're black diamond, it's 4%, okay? So you can see just example here. So if you are blue diamond with 75,000 lesser leg volume, okay? So you are who? Blue diamond, it will multiply it on 2 payout percent, okay? And then it will multiply it also on the strong leg multiplier. In your case, it's 5%. So the total will be additional bonus $7,500. So just imagine, from the same downline that you see below you, how much you can benefit from it. This is a very, very, very generous compensation plan. We've been designing it and working on it so you hardworking people can benefit as much as you just can from all possible bonuses that we generously offer to you. So that was a pleasure explaining it to you. And again, don't get confused, don't get triggered that, oh, I don't understand. This is confusing, because the most simplest plan, which you see for the first time, it will be confusing for you. But I promise you, once we give you this PDF, once we reply to all your questions, once our professional video is coming along that will explain very, very detailed how everything works, it will be very, very clear for you. So thank you so much, and we are here to reply to all your questions.